Hi, my name is Susan Rushton, and this is my other show. This is Muse. This is the program on which I am thrilled and happy and terribly excited to talk to people who are visited by the Muse, any Muse. In other words, artists and people involved with the arts. Today, my guest is someone who is very involved with the arts. This is Anne Brown. Thank you for joining me, Anne.
Thank you, Susan.
She is executive director of the Auburn Symphony. And if you want to learn more about the Auburn Symphony, please go online, auburnsymphony.com. If you want to contact Anne, Auburn Symphony ED, as in executive director, Auburn Symphony ED at gmail.com. Or you can just go onto their Facebook page. We believe it's Auburn Civic Symphony, and in my experience, if you just look for Auburn Symphony on with using CA, I guess, on Facebook, up will come these marvelous pictures and information about the Auburn Symphony. But I don't think I've ever seen a picture of you on the Facebook page. Maybe I have.
Most recently I was on it wearing chaps of all things.
Okay.
After our Western Wild Wild West Pops concert. So I believe I'm on there.
Yes.
So
okay.
I was incognito.
Right.
Cowboy hat,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yes, you were incognito. And by the way, that we are talking today in 2018 in November. So you may be seeing this in 2019 when the symphony is going to be doing their two more concerts for the 2018-2019
Masterworks.
Pardon?
Our Masterworks.
Yeah, Masterworks symphonies. Two of them.
At
Two of
the
them?
Mondavi Center.
At the Mondavi Center in Davis. Oh boy. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very exciting.
Yes. So why are you executive director, Anne?
Well, I came into the Auburn Symphony sort of through the back door. I have been the stage manager for the past 3 seasons before this one. And I came into the symphony because I was good friends with Rob Haswell, who was the
previous
executive director. I believe he was there for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a good friend of mine, as is Jennifer Sanders, who works in the business office. And they needed somebody to come in and help in that capacity. And because I work with ultra running events in our area, organizing these massive events, and
Clearly you're a good organizer.
Good organizer.
You could herd
used
cats.
to working with a lot of people, herding cats. As Rob said, you're good at moving stuff around.
Uh-huh.
He said, would you be willing to try this out? So I said, sure, why not? And then, once I got involved with the symphony and got to meet these musicians, get to know them, as well as Peter Jaffe, you get pulled in. It's such an amazing organization, and it's just an honor to get to work with them. And then Rob recently got a great opportunity to go be the executive director of the Placer Tourism Bureau. And so he moved over to that organization, and that left this position open. And he thought that maybe I have such a odd background of my life of doing lots of different things. He thought I would maybe fill the bill. So I came in as the interim executive director, and as of the end of September became the acting.
Okay.
Full
So what does it
director.
involve?
Well,
herding cats.
Herding cats. We have such a small staff. There's only 3 of us. There's myself, Jennifer Sanders, who's the business manager, and Carol Vickers, who's now the stage manager. And we're all part-time people,
Mm-hmm.
which is, not really the case. It's pretty much full-time.
Okay.
But anyway,
There's a
it's
lot to
everything
do.
from soup to nuts. It's from, running the website and dealing with our venues and contracts and dealing with our season ticket holders, our fabulous board of directors, everything, all the marketing, handling the budget, producing our season program, getting advertisers, finding donors and sponsors, doing donor stewardship, just literally everything.
Okay.
And so it's a big job for a very small staff, and we do the best that we can. And
yes.
luckily, we have lots of great support, and like I said, a fabulous board of directors. We have 12 local community folks involved in all kinds of different things in their own lives who are on our board, and they're wonderful to work with.
Good.
So it's an honor.
Good.
Really.
Now, are you a musician of any sort?
No.
No.
I did play the trombone for many years.
Oh, did you?
I grew up playing the trombone, but I didn't survive through the high school years, unfortunately. But I grew up in a family that, my dad was a college athlete. My mom was an educator, so we grew up playing a lot of sports, but also doing a lot of, being exposed to a lot of the different arts, going to plays and different kinds of music, and being involved in theater all through my life. And both of my daughters were involved in music. One plays clarinet and saxophone. The other one played the flute, and now she plays guitar. And
she's not dealing with the tyranny of the reeds.
My older daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is.
But my older daughter was very involved with the music program at Placer High School, and I can't say enough wonderful things about that program, and Dave Lawrenson, who runs it. He's fabulous. And
again, that name is Dave Lawrenson.
Yes.
Dave Lawrenson, one of my heroes.
Yeah, he works tirelessly and does so much for the kids at Placer High School who are in the music program. And my daughter was involved in leadership with them, and she now goes to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo and is still involved in the band and was involved in leadership there. It's a big part of her life. So yeah, it's wonderful. So anyway, lots of music in our family, but I don't play very much. But I think what I bring to the organization is more, the pulling all the pieces together and doing the
so they can do their job.
So that the musicians can hopefully do what they need to do, which they love to do. It's a volunteer community orchestra.
Yes.
We are so blessed to have them. And these musicians come from all over the area. We have someone come from Stockton, Sacramento, Davis.
Reno, I know the violist. No?
Cellist. Our cellist comes from Reno.
Yeah. Which is amazing.
Grass Valley.
Yeah.
Our concertmaster is from Grass Valley. And we're just blessed that they all come for free once a week, and we perform and practice at Placer High School. Again, we're very appreciative of that opportunity and work very well with Dave Lawrenson there and Dave King, who runs the auditorium. And, from Mr. E in the district office to Steve Caminiti all the way down, they're very supportive of us, and we appreciate that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. That's wonderful. I'm thrilled to hear that. Now, so before you were executive director, you were a stage manager.
Yes.
But how did you get involved to begin with? What drew you?
Well, I love music. I was very familiar with the music program at Placer High School, having been a part of that for so many years. So I knew the folks there. It was easy for me to step into that position and just start working with the musicians, like I said, and with Peter Jaffe. He's an amazing individual. Working with him is just, it's pretty amazing. He's a pretty special kind of person, and I just love it. It's very exciting to be backstage and to be a part of that energy that's back there and listening to the music, in the wings. I'm hiding behind the wooden shell back there and opening and closing the doors and fixing everybody's problems and issues. It's just very exciting. And the fact that we have this community orchestra at the level that we have in Auburn it's just a gem, and it needs to be recognized for that. And we need to get more people to come to the symphony. It's really unique to have a symphony, especially of this caliber in our community, There's nothing like it. There's nothing in Roseville, Rockland, Granite Bay, Lincoln. It's Auburn, the Auburn Symphony.
Yes.
And it's a real jewel, and we need to sustain it. Keep it going.
I agree. And I'm also always grateful that the organization calls itself the Auburn Symphony, because there's so many people who come from outside the area to play for it in it.
Yes, we need to maintain our identity as the Auburn Symphony.
I want to ask you a devil's advocate question.
Yes.
What if I say, oh, classical music, that's supposed to be good for me, isn't it? So why I don't want something that's good for me. I want something that's exciting. I want something that I don't have to think about. How do you respond?
Well, I would say come and try the Auburn Symphony, because it is all of those things. It's not, boring or stilted in any way. Everybody's in the audience. You can just see the energy, and Peter Jaffe, our conductor, he's just a remarkable man. He has so much information about the pieces, about the history of them, and he tells that. He's very interactive with the audience, so that engages the audience on a different level right from the get-go.
Uh-huh.
And he'll tell you what to wait for in the music, like, listen for this part, or listen for this percussion piece, and that's going to be followed by the horns, and then that's going to be followed by the strings. And so you kind of are listening to the story. He builds that for you ahead of time. Also, in our program, we're very fortunate that Peter's wife, Jane Jaffe, she's brilliant.
Yes.
She writes all of the pieces in there. So if you have time before the music starts to read through it, you get an understanding of what's coming, and you can listen for it in the music. But it's, music is elemental to all human beings, regardless of where you're born, what your affiliations are, anything. And it brings everyone together. And it's, the magic that's created is just unique and special.
Yeah.
Everyone should get a chance to hear it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And it seems as if this is segueing into another question I was going to ask about the outreach programs.
Yes.
So I know that at least one of the outreach programs is Symphony Goes to School. So tell me about that.
Okay, so the Symphony Goes to School program we're entering our 20th year, which is pretty amazing. The Symphony has been here for 31 years. So we bring the orchestra directly to the kids in school. So we're bringing it to them. A lot of them have never heard this kind of music before. And they're shocked to realize that their favorite movies or their games on their Game Boy or whatever is actually produced by real live musicians on real live instruments.
Yeah.
So we try and find really interesting, fun music to play for them. And so we go to about 14 different schools in the area, elementary schools, and we also go to preschools. With a small group of our orchestra, we have 20 members that go to the elementary schools and 9 that go to preschools.
Wow.
And we're going to be going to a couple libraries actually this week, to the Rockland Library and Auburn Library, with our Symphony Goes to Preschool group. Yeah, so come on out and see us if you can.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's wonderful for children to be exposed to it, because often they aren't in their own homes, and they also,
so
if we have time,
if you get them young,
yes,
you've got them. And I know that's how it worked with me.
Yeah.
And so they go home and say, "Guess what I heard?"
Exactly.
And there is a young people's concert.
Yes, we have a family concert in February. That's designed for families and little kids. It's earlier in the day. It's at 11 o'clock on a Saturday at Placer High School, and it's a little shorter pieces and fun pieces that kids will know. We're going to be playing music from Star Wars and different things. Yeah. The Sugar Plum Fairies are always at that event.
Oh, yes.
And they're wonderful supporters of the Auburn Symphony. We really appreciate them. They were just at our Wild Wild West concert too. So yeah, it's wonderful. We also have a young artist competition, which comes up, it'll be on February 3rd this year, and it's for children between the ages of 8 and 20, and they compete in different age groups, and the winner the overall winner of that competition will perform with us at the following year's family concert.
Mm.
So this year we have a young man, Parker Van Ostrand, who will be playing piano with us.
Oh boy.
He played at Carnegie Hall when I think he was 5 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And young Amron Olmeda, who's a young violinist in our area. She's lived in Newcastle. She's amazing. She's a violin prodigy. She will be performing with us at the Mondavi Center in January.
Wow.
Playing the Brook violin concerto. She's 10 years old. She's phenomenal and lovely. And so is her whole family.
I'm getting chills here.
I know. You have to come. You will say, as Peter Jaffe says, you will say, I remember when I saw Amron, because she's going places.
Wow.
We're just thrilled
Okay.
to have her perform with us again this year.
Yeah.
So we have our Young Artist Competition on February 3rd. At
2019.
the State Theater, 2019 at the State Theater. It's open to the public. You can come, and you would be amazed at these children in our area who can play. There's
Mhm.
not a piece of music anywhere. It's all memorized. And then we have a recital a month later. It'll be on March 10th this year, also at the State Theater, and free. So please come and
Wow.
support these kids.
February 3rd and March 10th,
March 10th.
2019 at the State Theater. February 3rd, March 10th. Okay, free concerts, and we get to see these talented youngsters.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
amazing. They will blow you away.
Oh, good. So we've talked a little bit about why you think music is important, but tell me more about why you think music is important.
Well, I think, in our world today and our current political climate, there's so much division and unhappiness and conflict, and music brings people together. And that people from all walks of life,
politics,
regardless of anything, and they come into the concert hall and they're in there together and they're enjoying this singular moment. And it's magic. Like I said, it brings everyone together, and
they don't even have to speak the same language.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It goes, it crosses all boundaries, all age groups. It's for everyone, and we all need to support the Auburn Symphony. Keep it going forever.
Yes. Okay. So I'm talking to Anne Brown, who is executive director of the Auburn Symphony. If you want to learn more, and I urge you, if you haven't participated in a symphony, I urge you to learn more. Go online at auburnsymphony.com, or you can email Anne at auburnsymphonyed, as in executive director, auburnsymphonyed@gmail.com, or look for them at the on Facebook, Auburn Civic Symphony, or the Auburn Symphony, California. So I had no idea that you were involved with herding running cats. Are you still involved with the running program?
Yes. So I work for NorCal Ultras. For the woman
Ultras?
woman by the name of Julie Fingar, who's an amazing runner all in her own right. So an ultra run is anything longer than a marathon. So we have
yes.
We have
not including marathons.
No, we have a 50-kilometer race in March called Way Too Cool, which is the largest 50K in the country, American River 50 mile, and we just had a 100-mile race last weekend, Rio del Lago 100, which is where I got this cold. You don't sleep a lot during a 100-mile race, but the runners really don't get to sleep, so I guess I really can't complain.
But you didn't do
Yes.
that. You didn't run. You managed it?
Yes.
Okay.
Helped to manage the whole thing and all the volunteers out there in the course and whatnot. Yeah, there were almost 400 runners running 100 miles from Beals State Park up through Auburn, out through Cool, and back, finishing at Beals. So
Wow.
It's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, is this runners from California, local, or across the country?
Around the world.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of runners from Canada, somebody from the Philippines, I think Norway. We usually get a couple, several people from around Europe.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a
Why
big
did you
deal.
get involved with this?
Well, I first started working with Brad Kearns with the Auburn Triathlon many, many years ago, and then worked with him also doing a program called Running School. Running is cool. We would go to elementary schools doing fitness programs, running programs with kids. So that's where I kind of got started in the nonprofit world. I also worked as a business manager for Sierra Preschool here in Auburn, which is a parent co-op preschool.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of different jobs, different work I've done with nonprofits in town. And it was through Brad that I met Julie and just started working on all of her events too. So it's a pretty interesting world.
Yes.
Ultra runners, high level musicians, and preschool kids actually have a lot in common, believe it or not. They do.
Fidgety.
They're just sort of, they're all intense. They're in the moment. They need somebody to listen to them when they have an issue, and if you can listen to them and be respectful and fix what their problem is, then that's how it works.
Gee,
and,
that sounds just like your job with the Auburn
That's
Symphony.
right. It's all similar.
Wow. Okay.
So I have sort of this odd mishmash of a background. And
yes.
I used to work in corporate finance for many years. That was my first job out of college. Did that for 15 years, and then we moved here, and then I started moving off into the nonprofit sector. So I've had a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
In my life, and done a lot of different things. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long have you been out in Auburn?
We moved here in 2000 from the Bay Area.
Yeah. Okay.
When my girls were little, and raised them here, and it's been an amazing place to raise children who love Auburn and all that, the opportunities here. And my husband and I are out on the trails all the time. I don't run as much as I used to, but lots of hiking, and we're skiers, and we both played competitive tennis for a number of years, and our kids were involved in lots of sports and music and theater and everything. It's a wonderful community. Yes.
I'd like to go back to the symphony for a little bit. Do you get, I don't know. I guess Peter chooses the music.
Yes.
Peter chooses the music.
He's a music director.
Okay.
So it's all him.
And then do you have a responsibility to find it, or what?
Yeah, so the Auburn Symphony has built up a library of music that it owns over the years, and if we don't own it, then you have to rent it or purchase it, and there's a lot of copyright laws that go along with it. So,
and that's a good thing. We like copyright laws.
Yeah. So then we either rent it or buy it, and from different places around the country that we get the music from. So that's a process. So we have one of the members of our orchestra is a librarian, and their job is to do that research and to find the piece. So
where is the library?
In our office.
Okay.
And our office is located in the State Theater building.
Yeah.
Okay. So this brings me to an important point that the Auburn Symphony is, we're a nonprofit, and this is very typical.
Granted,
of all.
The musicians aren't paid.
They're not paid,
but
we have a lot of other expenses.
Deal, but
we have a lot of expenses, and our ticket sales, and this is true of every symphony in the world, you don't make enough money from your ticket sales to support your organization. So it's very important that we find sponsors and donors to help support all that. And one of the things is music costs. It can be very expensive. We do a Pops concert now, which is hugely popular with our audience. But when you're buying 14 pieces of music versus 3, your costs can go up a lot. And it's something that people don't really realize, all the little features involved. And sometimes we have to have substitute musicians. And sometimes we have professionals that come in and get a stipend. So anyway, please support the Auburn Symphony.
And I speak from experience as a donor. I confess, yes, I'm a donor to the Auburn Symphony, and I donate because it's such a wonderful organization, and that's my primary reason. But I also get some bling for it.
Yes.
Not bling, not this, but tickets. You get tickets, and you also get admiration, which I also get admiration for donating above and beyond my ticket prices, and that's exciting.
Yes, and we're trying to sort of ramp up our donor stewardship program to make sure that not only our season ticket holders, but all of our donors know how much they're very much appreciated.
Yeah.
It's a huge part of our organization. It keeps us going.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yeah.
How long have you been a season ticket holder?
Oh gosh, I don't know, Anne. I don't know. I wasn't always, and but it's been at least 2 maybe 15 years. I don't know.
That's wonderful.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
is. Oh well, you're welcome. Thank you. Who finds the performers? Who contacts the Konstantin Sokovetsky?
That would be Peter.
Okay.
So he lines up our guest artists ahead of time. So he'll come up with an overall theme for our season, and he'll choose the pieces, and then he contacts the soloist directly, because usually he
know
knows
who
them and they know
is.
who he is. And believe me, they love to perform for Peter. He's very well known. We're very, very fortunate to have him as our conductor. He helps to bring these guest artists to us, and it's pretty incredible.
So it isn't that they're just on tour.
No, they come because of him and because they're asked by him.
Oh.
Yes. So it's very special.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
That's exciting. I thought these guys were just, okay, it's my turn. This is where I'm going to be on this date, because this is what my tour person arranged. But no, this is because
that could have happened here and there over time, but I think
they're here because Peter has invited them.
Yes.
Ha! And they said, well, of course, absolutely.
Performers love to perform, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
And the fact that we get to perform twice at the Mondavi Center is huge. It's a really big coup for us. We're the only community orchestra that plays at the Mondavi Center. There isn't anyone else. So it's a very big deal.
Chills again.
Yeah, it's a very big deal, and musicians want to play there.
Oh, well, of course.
And they want to play for Peter.
Yes.
And they want to play with our orchestra. So it's a win-win-win.
Oh, yeah.
All the way around.
Yes.
But it's a big deal to be able to perform there. I mean, we had musicians a couple years ago at the Alpine Symphony that we did in the May concert who came to the Mondavi Center from wherever they lived, and they played for maybe 3 minutes off stage. They never even were on stage. There were the horns off in the distance. There were 13 of them set up backstage, and they did it because they wanted to be a part of that piece of music, which doesn't get performed very often because it's so large.
So large, yeah.
And just to be a part of it, because for them as a musician, it was so unique.
Yes.
So we're very lucky.
Yes, we
and
are.
We're so excited to be headed back there in January and again
wonderful.
in May.
Yeah. Okay, so I've been talking to Anne Brown, who is Executive Director for the Auburn Symphony. If you want to learn more, please go online at auburnsymphony.com or drop into the office Tuesday through Friday at in the State Theater building. Jennifer would be delighted to sell you a ticket or answer any questions.
Last thing, our Messiah concert.
Messiah concert
coming up on December 4th.
4th. Okay.
At Placer High School.
In the evening. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it.
And I will see you again.